Hey guys, welcome back. So CIG just dropped a video on the Gatac Railen, and there is a lot going on with this ship. It went through some pretty big changes from what it was originally supposed to be, and I want to go through all of it with you guys today. So let's get into it. So let's talk about the cargo situation, because this is where it gets interesting. The original concept for this ship had these custom triangular cargo containers. The cargo was literally going to sit inside triangular shaped pods. That's not what we're getting anymore. They switched it to a standardized cargo grid, same as any other ship, but, and this is the cool part, to keep that triangular look, they shaped the bottom of the cargo grid itself into a triangular form, so it still has that alien feel to it. And then on top of that, the shields. They added these triangular armored shields that deploy over the cargo beds, and I actually called this in my last video that I published. I thought that they might enclose the cargo grid with a triangular pod, and they did something similar. These shields aren't just for looks as well, they literally act as a physical barrier that protects your cargo from impacts, and that's actually unique to this ship. There is no other ship in the game right now that gives you both. You can load and unload fast like an external cargo shape, and you can protect your cargo like an interior one. That's pretty neat. And the capacity went up from 320 SEU in the concept to 640 SEU as well. So that's a nice bonus on top of everything. The ship also has tractor turrets. You've got two size 2 tractor turrets mounted on the bottom of the wings. The rear bridge seats each control one of them, and here's a nice detail. The turrets actually move with the wings. So when you're in flight, the view is just okay, but when you land and the wings drop into the landed position, you get a really clean line of sight over the whole cargo grid, which is a smart design move. Alright, let's talk about the inside because there's a lot going on in there. The ship has 3 floors and everything connects through a central elevator shaft that runs right through the middle. That's the first thing you see when you walk in, and it leads you through every single floor all the way up to the bridge. The bottom floor is your entry point. When landed, you come in through a lift at the very bottom. If you're in space, you dock from the top rear instead. Now in the middle floor, it's all about habitation. You've got these crawl-in hab pods with stonework covering them, but just a disclaimer, you don't want to log off from them right now, because if you do, you might get an infinite loading screen with how the game is in its state right now. It's kind of broken. So avoid trying to log off in these beds, but they do look cool, and once the functionality is stable enough, you can log off on these beds. Moving on to the mess area, which has actual waterfalls running down the walls. There is a bathroom on one side and a food prep on the other. And since this is a Geon ship, there's both a human chow line and a dedicated Geon food section sitting right next to each other. So I'm guessing you're not going to be able to interact with these. They're just for display and just immersion. Or it would be very cool if you can store actual food in them, because they are, yes, for Geon, but do Geon eat different foods? Maybe. Could we have these foods and store them in these Geon containers? Who knows? But for now, I'm guessing it's just for decoration, I'm guessing. Now this ship has these literal luxuries built into it, and that actually makes a lot of sense when you think about the Geon as a species in the game. They live incredibly long lives, so when they design a ship, they design it for the long haul. You're going to be spending a lot of time in this thing, so it better have everything you need. There are also these small side rooms with benches and a view out over the front of the ship, plus 2 escape pods and turret access points in this floor as well. Now moving on to the top floor is the engineering and the bridge. Engineering feels imposing, as they said. All the components bays are arranged around the room, and they open up with these panels that move out of the way when you access them, same as the Sulin. Wide bays with plenty of room and energy ribbons running across the ceiling from each bay, carrying power through the whole ship. And then the bridge, 4 seats floating on air with 0 floor contact, and when you sit down, they rotate towards you with an animation. There's going to be a moment the first time you see it and try it out. The first time I got into the Sulin, I can't express how cool that felt. That was really cool the first time I got into the Sulin, which I'm guessing the same thing is going to happen here. One note though, in the concept, they show there was a sort of a dispenser system of the components where you click on which component you want to get and the component rise up from a dispenser thingy to present it to you. They did not address that or show that. So I'm guessing they scrapped that idea and just have the components sit in their component base, and they called it a day, which I think is a good thing. We don't need added functionality to extra break the game. Also, let's hope that the ship ships out and not broken like the Ironclad, so we don't need extra fancy stuff that could break things. We have enough bugs as is. So please, if something could be done in a different way while also keeping the aesthetics of the ship, we're all for it. So let's hope, fingers crossed, the ship doesn't get bugged at launch. But realistically, it might be broken at launch, but we'll have to wait and see. So yeah, that's the Gatac Railen, an alien cargo hauler, 640 SEU of cargo, triangular cargo beds with deployable shields that actually protect your cargo, 2 size 2 tractor turrets on the wings, a 3-floor interior with waterfalls and beds you can't technically sleep in yet, floating bridge seats that rotate when you sit down, and enough weapons to not make you feel completely helpless out there. It's a cool ship, like genuinely one of the more interesting things that they've put out in a while. But look, we really hope CIG puts this in the PTU before it goes live, because we all remember what happened to the Ironclad. We still are facing issues with the Ironclad. That thing launched with so many bugs, it was painful, and a lot of that could have been caught earlier if it had more time in the PTU, with people actually testing it and reporting issues. We don't want the same thing happening here. Get it in the PTU, let the community find the bugs, report them, fix them, and then when it drops with 4.8.2, it'll actually be in a decent state instead of us spending the first 2 weeks just listing everything that's broken with it. Anyway, let me know in the comments what you think about the Railen, and if you're planning on picking one up, let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, it helps me out a lot. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the verse.